there are some traditional study technique that will never make you remember and will not put you ahead of 99% of students. And neuroscientists actually go against these particular techniques. And these particular techniques are called passive learning techniques. Passive learning techniques such as highlighting and rereading will not take you anywhere. When you pick up your book and you try to highlight important stuffs, I've said this several times and I'll keep saying it cannot take you anywhere. It makes you think that what you study has gotten into your brain and there is actually nothing happening at that point. You're only painting your book. And also reading, that is consistently reading, will not actually help you because makes you become fluent on what you are reading and it makes you recognize your book quite well. But when it comes to recalling, you find it difficult. These techniques are bad techniques, and when you are using this technique, according to neuroscience, you will not be able to create neural connections that will make you sustain that particular information and create long-term retention. All those techniques can only make you feel like you've learned in the short term, but when it comes to long-term retention, you will not have it. At some point when you get to the exam hall, and of course you tested yourself before going to the exam, but by the time you now get to the exam hall, you discover that most of those things, even in fact those ones that you highlighted, you will not remember them. So that is why these techniques will not actually make you get long-term retention. Now the goal is for you to get long-term retention. And what are the techniques that can help you get long-term retention? And according to neuroscience, the technique that can help you get long-term retention is retrieval practice. Now, the act of you retrieving whatever you've learned without having access to the book, that is what will get you long-term retention. And the way you go about this is by reading, try to recall at will without having access to the book. That will actually force the neural connection in your brain and solidify it, and you'll be able to remember. So the idea is when you read something and you know it, close your book, try to forcefully recall the information. The act of recalling it solidify the information in your brain. So rather than just rereading all the time, the idea is just to close your book and recall. Now, and the funny part is that you will not sustain the information while you consistently read. You can only sustain it and get it into the long-term memory when you consistently retrieve it. So the idea is you have to consistently retrieve the information, not consistently rereading. So, and the technique with AI that I'm going to be explaining will help you do that perfectly. But I'm just trying to lay a foundation right here.